Welcome to How I Got Over My Instagram Girlfriend, where today is a reaction video, and this one comes from a woman who tells us about the negatives of being a stripper. And I mean, let's be honest, I didn't know there was any negatives to being a stripper. All right, I'm fronting, but we get to hear this from the horse's mouth, so this should be interesting. But before we get into this clip, do you think, after telling us about the negatives, that she's going to be looking to do business, or is she actually going to start looking for romance? And is this a great deal for you? Let's go ahead, let's check her out.
The negative side of being a stripper. Here we go. So surprisingly, I'd say number one is the money. I know you're gonna think, like, what does she mean, the money? The money is good. Yes, the money can be good, but then sometimes it's not good. There's nights you can make 1,000, 2,000, and then there's nights you make nothing. So every single night you are dealing with like a roller coaster of emotion, like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to afford this? Am I gonna be able to afford that? Or like, imagine if it's a really bad month or whatever. So you always stressing about money. So yeah, money can be really good, but you constantly stressing and think like, oh, it's never enough, because then you've got things like a pandemic hitting you, and then you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Number two, I'd say, is that you've got different hours from most of your friends, because most of your friends got like a 9 to 5 or a daytime job, and then it can be very lonely because when they're unwinding, how do you say? Anyway, you have to go to work, and it's quite hard to catch up with people. So yeah, you can feel a bit lonely. Then number three, I'd say it's quite soul destroying. I'm not gonna lie. You like hit reality. Is like a slap in the face in terms of like relationship, marriage. You facing like the reality of how men can behave. Either they're rich, poor, good looking or not good looking. You think like, okay, they're all the same. It's hard to like build relationship with men and trust them. So yeah, it's quite hard. Then obviously working nighttime is hard itself for your body, for your mental health. You wake up and you're so tired, so it can be quite challenging.
I appreciate the honesty, but this is like the PG version, meaning this is a version that you take your kids to see. But she's in an industry that's rated X, meaning you're not taking your kids to come see this. Well, maybe if you're Young Miami, because she had her son throwing money at strippers. I didn't hear much about her looking for romance, but I could be wrong. What I did hear was a lot of business. So let's go ahead and get into it. But first, let's talk about the red flags. The red flags meaning the things you may not think about or kind of just let go over your head.
Either they're rich, poor, good looking or not good looking. You think like, okay, they're all the same.
Well, I don't think every man is the same. I don't think I'm the same, but who knows? Number one, red flag. She talked about inconsistent money. Now, what this really means is she's bad with money, meaning she knows she has to pay bills, but she would rather shop. And because she is a stripper, she probably is doing a lot of shopping and a lot of just blowing money in general. Number two, she's working late hours. Now, I get it. When you're a stripper, you do have to work late hours. But what this really translates to is why she's actually sleeping till noon or till 1 or 2 o'clock in the middle of the day. Now, she talked about being lonely, but
all you got to do is call him up and say, hey, and he will drop whatever it is that he is doing.
But of course she's lonely. Who else has this type of work schedule? Like she said, most people work during the day and they have days off. Everybody's days off is more than likely her best days at the strip club. So in other words, if you choose romance with this woman and you think that you guys are gonna go all the way, you're gonna miss out on a lot of experiences, and she is too, because she's not gonna be there to experience those things. Number three, she hates reality. She doesn't believe that she can trust any man. Now, the funny part about this is where she works is very similar to a hospital for sex, right? Meaning if you're a doctor or a nurse, I believe those are like the hardest jobs to do, because you see people at their worst, meaning, oh my gosh, he got a knife stuck somewhere, or oh my gosh, a broken leg, or oh my gosh, they just got into a crazy car accident, right? Those are the things that's happening constantly. Oh my gosh, we got to keep the baby alive. It's only 1 pound when the baby should be way more than that, 7 to 9, 10 pounds. I know that's a big baby, but the point that I'm making is that women, when they see men in strip clubs, this is the same thing. It means that they're lacking some type of sex or some type of intimacy. So yes, they are in a strip club. And here's the thing. Men are definitely different. Not all men are in a strip club or blowing money in there. Now, some men go because their friends drag them. Some men go because they're greedy. Some men go because they have a lot of money and this is how they have fun. But to say all men are the same, well, it just means that she keeps coming in contact with the same men. But here's the better question. What does it actually say about her? She knows that these men have wives, no matter if they're good looking, have a lot of money, whatever the case may be. She knows that these men are taken. This is why she's tainted. This is why she's actually ruined. But she's after the money. She has to make it seem like she's actually interested in the guy. So she has to sell the guy a dream like the guy is selling her a dream. She also has learned that the less talking she does, the more flirting she does, the more money she can possibly make. Now, when you go to a strip club, are you really interested in listening to that woman's story? Or are you just trying to get one off? Or are you actually just unloading on someone? Because, I mean, some men just need another woman to talk to. Now, she said that this was hard on the body and hard on the mind. And I can understand that. But anybody who goes to work, anybody that does anything, it is hard. Everything is hard. Like I tell my son, there's not many things that are easy in life. The only thing that happens is things become easier the more you do it. And the only reason it becomes easier is because you're used to doing it. So now your problem solving is a lot faster because you've already seen this problem and now you kind of know how to handle it. This is the rated PG version of the negatives to being a stripper, because what she left out
ice cream so good.
are the bad habits which contribute to her body aching and being sore, meaning the drugs and everything else that comes with being a stripper. So as you can see, even in dealing with this kind of woman, you're gonna have to reinvent yourself, just like this woman has already reinvented herself, and she's probably due for another reinvention. Confidence is important. You have to be confident no matter what it is you're doing in life. So that's the first part of reinventing yourself. The next two things are the most important, which is your health and your wealth. So make sure you get 100 push-ups in, 100 sit-ups in, 100 squats, 100 calf raises. Now, I'm not a fitness trainer, but if you're really looking for fitness training, I'm sure you can go down to your local gym, 24-hour fitness, Bally's you have around you. I'm sure there's trainers in there. So if you're that interested in becoming super fit, then there's people you can hire to help you with that. You want to make sure that you have wealth, meaning you have multiple streams of income. So find something you're passionate about, or find something you can passionately do. That way the work isn't as hard, because she's leaving out the fact that all work is hard. It doesn't matter if you're doing sales, that's a lot of talking. If you're doing construction, that's a lot of use of your hands. Or if you're in the entertainment business, now you have a lot of studying, a lot of reading. All of those things, it works on your mental health. So that's something that you are in charge of in keeping strong. Now, adapt to dating, because if you're looking to date a woman like this, a stripper, there's things that you're gonna go through, right? Because she already doesn't trust men. And the funny thing is, she's the reason why you can't trust men, because all she's really interested in is the money. Right? This is why I tell men to enjoy the hookup culture, because this woman is in a lot of situationships. I'm sure she's somebody's vacay bae. She may even be pretending as if she wants to be in a long-term relationship, but she lets you know she's already ruined mentally. She doesn't believe that she can trust a man. Now, if she can't trust a man, that means she's really only doing business. So, fellas, I tell you, adapt to women doing business. You'll come out a lot better in the long run. But I have a question for you guys. Did I leave anything out? Did she leave anything out? Because I feel like there's a few things she left out. Comment under this video. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.